Hello everyone, welcome back. In this lecture, we're going to go over how to set up a subdomain for our website. I believe this is the best option for us to do because we will not have to purchase an additional domain name to add as an add-on domain name, and we can leave our first site intact if you want to use that to show people as well. So, to get started with a subdomain name, the first thing we're going to want to do is go into our HostGator Your Account info email that we received from them when we initially signed up. Next, we'll click on the control panel link here and log in with our username and password information. After we're logged in here, the first thing we'll do is we'll scroll down to where it says Domains. In the Domain section, we'll click Subdomains. After clicking that, we'll want to locate our website, and ours is My Practice Projects in my case, and here is where the subdomain will go, and I'm going to call this Business Site, and it will automatically fill in this information once you click somewhere else, and then you'll click Create. After it says you have successfully created the page that you want, you'll click the Home button. And now what we'll do is we'll scroll down again just below Domain sections to where it says Software and Services, and then we'll click Quick Install, just like we did when we initially installed WordPress on our theme. And now we'll go to where it says WordPress, and we'll click Install WordPress. Now, here we have to select where we're going to install it. So, I don't want this one that says mypracticeprojects.com. I want to look for the newly added subdomain name, which is right here, businesssite.mypracticeprojects.com. And then I'm going to populate these email boxes and names as well. And this is the admin username is going to be the one that we use to log into the back end of our WordPress dashboard. After you have this information filled out, you want to click Install WordPress. And then we'll X out of this pop-up that comes up. After your install is complete, click here to view your notifications. We click where it says View Credentials. And what we're going to want to do is copy and paste this information into a text document and save that information so we can refer back to it when we need to log in initially, because we're not going to be able to remember this password. So now if we click this link, I think we're going to have to wait for it to propagate still, like we did initially when we installed WordPress on our first site, but we'll see. We'll click and see. And it is actually installed already. It just took a few minutes for me, probably about 5 or 10 minutes that I had the video paused for this to work. So hopefully it's about that quick for you. And now what we'll want to do is log in with the information that we submitted over here. Copy this difficult to remember password and paste that in. And then also add your username. And then click Login. After we log in, the first thing we're going to do is just go to the upper right corner and then click Edit My Profile. And we're going to change the password. I always suggest you do this right away, so you can change it to a password that you're going to be able to remember. And in this case, I'm going to make it a password that I can remember. And then I will click Update Profile. And that's it for this lecture. If you wanted to go through and add an add-on domain name instead of doing the whole HostGator subdomain name, you can do that, and it's pretty self-explanatory at this point. You would just go into the cPanel here, and once logged in, you would scroll down in the cPanel to the section that it says domains, right next to where it said subdomain here, where you would click add on domain, and then you would put in your new domain information, but that only applies if you've bought a new domain name for an entirely new website. So I highly recommend that you just use a subdomain name, since you don't have to fork out the money for another website and you can get more practice in, especially since this is only the second site of 4 that we're going to be creating, maybe even more than 4 if we add on more to the course later. And it will get costly if you end up paying for 4 or 5 domain names by the end of the course. So I hope this was helpful. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me in the support section. Thanks, everyone.